guys, it's Kimberlyn. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing another 24-hour readathon. I did one a couple weeks ago. It's up on my channel, but I did fail it. This is my reattempt. I'm going to be doing the 24-hour timer method where I just have a 24-hour timer. It'll go over a span of a few days. Also, I do listen to audiobook on Spotify and it says I have like 8 more hours-ish until I have my time. I used it all up in December and they like restart every month. I'm still reading Powerless. If you watched my last few videos, then you guys know that reading this book for such a long time. But I think like once I have my audiobook timer, then I'm gonna use it because for some reason I just can't get myself to physically read it right now. I'm just not in that type of mood. Like I'm in an audiobook mood for this and I really want to listen to the narration of it too. I did start another book this morning. I started reading The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I'm on chapter 3 and it says I have 5 hours remaining in the book. Maybe I'll pick up a different book too. I think I'm going to start reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I know I'm like 4 years late on this book. 2020, 4 years ago. When was this made? I think I was like book shopping online. This book said this was like the Barnes & Noble 2020 book of the year or something. I still hear so many great things about this and a lot of people say it's a 5-star read. I'm not gonna go into it thinking that it's also gonna be a 5-star read. Pip. Y'all could have picked any name. Is that there was a murder crime that happened years ago and Pip is this high school girl starts solving it or something like that because it's like a closed case and she's like solving it for a project or something, but then she like really gets into it. So we're going to start right now and I will update you guys. This is gonna be a more of a talking reading vlog. We're gonna start this. Okay, update. I'm at 23 hours and 14 minutes. Actually it's less than that, but because I paused the timer and then I started reading again and I never put the timer back on. Okay, so the way that this book is laid out is there's chapters. In the chapters there's also like her entry log. She's solving the murder that happened 5 years ago. It's for a school project like I said, so she has to write down like entry logs like a school project and everything. It's cool how you can see like when she cites her sources and everything. So I'm on her 5th entry right now. I'm on page 43. The murder was this girl Andy and everybody just thinks that her boyfriend at the time was the one that killed her. Pip is trying to prove Sal, the boyfriend, didn't do it and that he's actually innocent. And the reason why she picked this project, her best friend, her older sister, was friends with Andy and Sal or something like that, and like they all knew each other and it's just like this little town. Oh look. So I have a theory, but I don't know if it's right and it's like seems too early on to say, but she's like interviewing Sal's brother right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go out for a little bit. So it is actually a lot later. Like I said, I went out last time I talked to you guys. It's almost 9 right now. And then I got home. I was just like hanging out with my family. I wasn't really reading. So now I'm ready to read. I'm so tired. Like last night I got really bad sleep because my dog was barking up a storm. I'm at 22 hours and 54 minutes. I want to get in a good chunk of reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder right now. I'm only on page 47. I don't really have much to update on. I'm going to get into bed and I'll update you guys. Okay, it's the next day. I'm currently at 21 hours and 57 minutes. We are going so slow. Last night I actually ended up listening to the audiobook Powerless. I made it to chapter 42 and I started on 36 last night. So, and I haven't read anything today. It's 9:40 in the morning. I'm about to have therapy and then I'm gonna hang out with my friends. Reading is not gonna happen until later tonight. Yeah, like I'm still on page 47 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I really like it so far, but I just don't have much to update because I haven't been reading it. I messed up. Okay, I was reading right before I had to join therapy for like a little bit and then I never paused the timer. Before I think I was at 21 hours 57-ish minutes and then now the timer is at 20 hours and 53 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a separate timer that's an hour and 5 minutes ish and I'm gonna just do that and then once that's finished then I'm going to put the 20 hour 53 minute like the original timer on, just so I can have that hour back. But I'm not gonna read until I come back home later. We have 2 timers now, but that's because I messed up. Hey guys, so it's later. It's currently 9:30. I did my hour time reading that I missed because I messed up the timer. My bad. But I finished that hour and then I started the original timer, so I'm at 20 hours and 29 minutes left. That's actually really reasonable. I haven't been reading, but I was busy today. Now I'm finally like settling in, and I was listening to the audiobook of Powerless while I was doing some stuff and cleaning and whatnot. So I'm on chapter 52 of Powerless, coming to that point where I'm kind of tired of the book, which I hate that feeling so much. I don't think I'm like giving it the attention that it probably deserves. For one, the book is pretty long, and for two, how many times do they have to say powerless in the book? I know when reading, the author puts the title in the book somehow. It's like kind of cool, but when they say it so many times, like, I get it, she doesn't have powers. I knew it right when I was going into the book. They say reckless a lot too, which is the name of the second book, and I'm just like, I see what you did there, but you know what I mean? For one, oh my god, Kai. I like reading and listening to Kai's perspective more than I like Peyton's, because Kai is such a simp, and like the way he talks about her is just, what a man. Like, wow. It's the energy of when Gus in Beach Read says, when I watch you sleep I feel overwhelmed that you exist. It's like that vibe. Like Kai is overwhelmed that Peyton is even like in his life at all, and it's just, is it that hard? Is it that hard? No. I have 16 minutes left of this current chapter, so I think I'm just gonna listen to that, and then I'm gonna pick up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because I really want to read this. That's your update. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm busy or not. Like, it's kind of like an up in the air thing, so part of me hopes that I'm not, so I can just read all day. I realized that it's actually kind of hard to update on the 24-hour reading challenges because most of the time I need to like be reading, and it's hard to sit down with you guys and talk. I am at 18 hours and 56 minutes. I was listening to the audiobook of Powerless. I think I'm gonna just do that for the rest of that book. I don't know, I'm just like not into it anymore, and I don't want to force myself to continue reading it if I don't want to. But the thing is, like, I'm intrigued, but it's just slowly detaching from it, and I'm so close to finishing it too. I'm like 90% done with it. Yeah, but I'm in the mood to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I've been reading for the past 30-ish minutes. I'm on chapter 10. I have my theories. I know that towards the end a lot of people, I see reactions and they go a little crazy. I'm not gonna make my expectations too high with that because what if that doesn't happen? It's going by really fast, so I'm gonna just continue reading and I'll check back in. I finished Powerless. So we have 17 hours and 17 minutes remaining. I'm not gonna give my final rating of the book yet, but I think I'm leaning towards a 4-star. I liked the beginning part because it was building up the whole world and the characters and whatnot. I got bored in the middle of it, and I think it's because of the trial. Like, the trials are such like a huge part of the whole entire book, the way the ordinaries and the elites are. I feel like I wanted more background, I guess, with the trials, why the trials are happening. Like, I felt like that was very like surface level. I felt like I would have been more interested in reading about the trial if it was written differently, but I don't know. It is really good for this being Lauren Roberts' debut novel. The last few chapters, was not expecting that, honestly, and other things that happened I was not expecting at all, but she's done. I can't wait to read Reckless. So this is like a enemies to lovers kind of thing, and then in Reckless, I think the whole entire trope that Lauren Roberts is doing is enemies to lovers again. That's gonna be fun, and I'm very excited to read the second one. It just wasn't a 5-star, you know? I might read a little bit of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then I'm gonna hit the hay because it's 11. I just need to think about the book. Okay, so Powerless was finished. I got to sleep on it and think about how I felt about it. I think I'm gonna just stick to a 4-star for right now. Just the ending, I'm just like baffled, so I'm gonna just stop talking about this book. It did what it had to do for me for a long time. I'm at 17 hours and 3 minutes. After I talked to you guys last night, I kept reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then it got pretty late for me, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop after this chapter, and then I kept reading, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop after this chapter, and then I kept reading. So I'm on page 119 right now. I think I'm gonna just try to binge this book. I want to finish it, and then I don't know what I'm gonna read next. Oh my god. Oh my god, I bent it. No. I don't know what I'm gonna read after this because this is the only book that I'm reading right now. Actually, I'm reading The Inmate by Frida McFadden on my phone, but I haven't been like really interested in picking that up, so maybe like I'll read that after this book and then also read a physical book too. So Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and Heartless by Elsie Silver. I do want to film a video where I'm finishing book series that I'm in the middle of. The Naturals, Wildfire, and Heartless are series that I'm in the middle of, so I might save those, so it might be one of these books that I read next, but we'll see what I'm in the mood for. It might be this one or this one. So I'm gonna start reading Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm very excited to read it right now. I want to get like a good chunk of the timer done today. I'm surprisingly not drained from this challenge yet, and I think that's because I'm enjoying this book. Yeah, whatever. Okay. To believe anymore with this dang story? Who to believe? I forget that Pip is not actually the police and like they don't actually have to answer her questions, but it's for a project, so they're answering all of it. What? Ew. Andy is crazy. The girl that went missing, this girl is crazy. Maybe she went missing for right reasons. Okay, I know this is a YA mystery book, but have I read one too many mystery thriller books to always have the assumption that the main character telling the story has schizophrenia and like none of this has actually happened before? They're just making everything up that I'm reading. That's always my theory with every single mystery thriller book that I'm reading. Schizophrenic or something. They're having some sort of early dementia or something. Alzheimer's, I don't know. Honestly, I have a theory, but it's very far-fetched for this type of YA mystery book, so I don't think it's true, but imagine. I don't want to say it because like I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. Oh, damn. I'm like almost halfway and we're at 16 hours and 21 minutes. I know this is the first book in the trilogy, but I wonder if they actually solve it in this book, like the whole mystery, because what would the other two books be about? If she is still solving this specific murder mystery in those two other books, I will be baffled. I don't want to look up what the other two books are about because I don't want to spoil it for myself. Maybe like that goes off to be her career or something. And I know there's a prequel to the whole entire series, but I feel like that'd be more fun to read after. What if there's a little romance subplot of Pip and Ravi? Ravi's Sal's brother, and Sal is the person who was convicted of murdering Andy. That's a little theory, which I feel like would be fun. Giving updates, and it seems like I've been giving updates like every hour, but really it hasn't been. But I'm at 14 hours and 37 minutes. There was a good time where I was actually just kept turning the page in this book. I'm on chapter 29, page 264. It came to the point in reading a certain part where my heart was beating out of my chest. Like I felt it. I can hear my heartbeat. It's something about when you're finding things out the same time as the characters are finding things out. Yeah, I have this much left, but I think I'm gonna go downstairs and read for a bit, get a change of scenery, and it's raining right now. I'm not gonna update until I finish the book, which I hope is tonight. Oh my god, you guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys as I am taking my makeup off and washing my face. But I've finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And it was good indeed. I ended off 12 hours and 29 minutes. That might be all I'm going to read for today. I'm getting like a reading headache, and I usually get that during these long reading challenges or whenever I do long periods of reading. Like after I talked to you guys, I literally sat down on my couch and read like 2 hours. It felt like just non-stop, and like my head started to really hurt. Thoughts on the book. Was feeling so anxious because so much evidence was coming about and finding things out with Pip. First of all, I love Ravi and Pip so much. They're so cute. They just made the whole book so much better. For those that have read this book, I'm gonna say, for who the killer was I correct in my theory? No. I was not. It came to the point also where I stopped guessing who it was. It was at that time where it could have been anybody and I would have just went with it. The person who it was, I'm trying to like say this without like saying any like pronouns or spoiling it somehow, but the person who it ended up being did not cross my mind. It did very slightly and I kind of brushed past it because I was more focused on a different detail. But there was one thing that was actually, I was surprised with myself about, even though it was like a minor detail. They mentioned in like one of the beginning chapters when like she was really starting to investigate something about a specific candy, and for some reason that just like stayed in my brain and I was like, they're gonna bring this up later. And what did they do? They brought it up later. If you haven't read this, I totally recommend it. My rating is going to be a 4.5. I want to see if I think about this book in a few days. And you'll know if I have a 5-star, I will talk about it nonstop. So if I still think about this book, then it'll be a 5-star. I'm scared. I was recording and then it just stopped and shut off by itself. That book kind of scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think the rating is gonna be a 4.5. It was kind of long. Like it was almost 400 pages. I mean, typically a mystery thriller book is kind of that long, so I'm excited to read the second and third book. We'll pick my next read tonight and then I'll start it tomorrow. It's between Done and Dusted and Chicken Mate, so that's my update for you guys. Yeah, what the heck? Like, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't extremely mind-blowing. There were some certain parts of like the plot twist and stuff where I was just like, really? You had to go that route? That's kind of why it's not a 5. I'm not really thinking about, oh my god, this person did it the whole time. I'm just thinking about the process of me reading the book was just insane, and just like all those gasp moments. I think I'm talking way too much about it for a book that was popular a couple of years ago. Hello. I started this on Sunday and it's Thursday today, so this has been going on for a bit too long. But I'm not over it yet. I started reading Done and Dusted this morning. I'm on chapter 9, page 90, so I got a good chunk. For the time, I'm at 11 hours and 25 minutes remaining. I want to try to finish this tomorrow, Friday, or at least creep into Saturday because I want to post this on Sunday. But if not, then I have a backup video to post on Sunday anyway. Thoughts on this book. First of all, the font is really fat, really easy to read. Brother's best friend, and it's a cowboy romance, obviously. Clementine, also known as Emmy, and her brother's best friend, Luke. It's one of those things where she has no idea what she's doing with her life anymore. She goes back to her hometown. Her favorite thing to do is to ride horses, but an accident happened, so she has to go back home. Luke, the brother's best friend, is kind of part of her family. He doesn't really have much family of his own, and their whole entire childhood, Luke and Clementine were always just batting heads with each other. The first time in years they run into each other because she came home, and he is like, whoa, who is this? Why does she look so different? I want her. And because she had a accident due to riding, Luke kinda is a teacher for teaching horseback riding. So I think right now I'm at the point where he offers to get her back onto the horse. Right now it feels just physical attraction, mainly on his part towards her. But he did say, he's like, I want to get to know her. I think this is just gonna be a pretty easy read to get through. I just read this for about an hour, take a little break from reading, and then I'll get back to it. I have some stuff going on today, so hopefully I can get some more reading done. Oh my god. It's the same day as the clip from earlier, but it's just 11:30 p.m. I have not read since I last talked to you guys. I read like the tiniest bit on my phone, wasn't enjoying the book, so I stopped. But I'm at 11 hours, 24 minutes. I don't know, I told myself an hour ago, go into bed, start reading. Hour goes by, I have not picked up the book. I'm gonna try to read right now, but if anything, wake up tomorrow morning and read. It's the next day. I'm currently reading, but I wanted to talk while I'm reading. I'm at 11 hours and 5 minutes. Like I said yesterday or something, I was irritated that it just felt like it was physical attraction. I guess they had time to get to know each other a little bit, so she knows all of his favorite movies now and stuff like that. I guess that happened. I kind of forgot, even though I read this yesterday. I don't like how it hasn't done it in this chapter yet. In other chapters, it just changes POV. Like, I'll be reading Brooks's chapter, that's his last name, and then all of a sudden there's like a space and then it says Emmy, and then just switches perspective rather than changing perspectives each chapter. This morning I started reading Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders, an unputdownable psychological thriller with a breathtaking twist. I started this morning, but I'm on like chapter 2. Today I am just doing a bunch of stuff to my room, rearranging my room. That's gonna take up a little bit, so I'm just reading before I start that. Boring update known to man. It is 9:30 of the same day when I talked to you guys earlier this morning. I'm at 10 hours and 59 minutes. I haven't read since I last talked to you guys. As you can see, I have a new bed. It took me kind of all day clean out my room, get rid of stuff that I don't need anymore, taking apart my old bed, and then building this one. Thank you, Dad, for coming over and helping me. That's your update right now. I really just want to read Done and Dusted, and I think I'm gonna start a new video reading on my Kindle for a week. I'm going to my dad's house in a couple days, and I don't really want to bring a bunch of books because I don't know what I'll be in the mood for. I'll just bring my Kindle and then I can film a reading on my Kindle for a week. That's probably what I want to do. I'm not doing very well at this challenge. How long is this video gonna be? It is the next day, almost 10 p.m. I haven't updated because I just wanted to read a good chunk before I give you guys any sort of update. We're at 8 hours and 3 minutes. Not much of a big damage of the time. It has almost been a week of me doing a 24-hour challenge. I always underestimate how long these actually take because usually I do most of my reading at nighttime when I'm about to go to bed, and then I end up falling asleep. So I've been reading Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. I'm not gonna go too in depth with this book because I am doing a different video which you guys will see. Psychological thriller. It's not really giving me thriller vibes yet, but it's mainly irritating me because there's just so much gaslighting and manipulation in this. It is hurting my head because it's just so annoying. Obviously, it literally says at the top, when someone inside your house wants you dead and no one believes you. Hence the gaslighting. It says I have an hour and 30 minutes left. I'm going to get ready for bed and then go into bed and finish this book, even though I'm a little bit scared of where this can end up. I want to finish this tonight. It's grinding my gears how irritating Chloe is, and Richard. Goodbye. Update. We are at 5 hours and 49 minutes. Last night I don't even know what the last thing I told you guys. I did finish Don't Let Her Stay. I stayed up till like 1:30 reading it. I was very spooked. I think I'm gonna give that book like a 3-star though because it was very just flip-floppy. Characters were pretty annoying. I only liked the dog. Didn't really know what to believe thing. A ton of gaslighting and manipulating where I just couldn't. It was scary though. That's why there's points for the scary aspect because I like feeling scared when I'm reading these types of books. So then I wanted to start like a little cute romance book. I haven't been reading Done and Dusted. I've been wanting to read on my Kindle. I'm doing a video for that. So I started reading this book called First Down. I started a little bit of that last night and then I read some this morning and then I stopped reading it. I didn't like it. It's college romance, football. He needs to write this paper for a class. She's the only help that he can get, but she doesn't like football guys, and then they create this idea that they're gonna fake date so she can get back at her cheating ex-boyfriend who just doesn't leave her alone. I liked the idea, but as I was reading it I just did not like any of the characters, especially the ex-boyfriend. The way that he was talking about girls was just really weird. First chapter got icked out like so fast. He said just something, he was like, I just need to see a pair of boobs, and I was just like, okay. We are 2 pages in, so I decided to start a new one. This one is The One with the Kiss Cam by Cindy Steele. This girl is trying to go back into the dating world and she's on this blind date with this guy at this basketball game, but then this other guy sits right next to her and she feels a little connection with him more than the guy that she was originally with. The kiss cam goes on them and something happens. That's all I'm really getting. I'm at the part where they're kind of just talking a little bit next to each other at the basketball game. We are going to finish this challenge today. I've been doing this for 1 week. So it has been a week and a day of me doing this challenge. I'm at 3 hours and 56 minutes right now. I'm currently reading The Kiss Cam. I'm really liking it. That she is literally me. She needs to have everything planned, organized, and everything. She can't really be spontaneous. I always plan things out because of my anxiety. And so it's giving me a little inspo. She's kind of doing like spur of the moment things with this guy that she just randomly kissed on the Kiss Cam. I am going out today, so good thing I have my Kindle and I can get some reading done. It might look like that it's the same day of the last clip, but it's actually the next day. I have finished the 24-hour reading challenge that took me over a week. I need to figure out a better system to do this because I have no self-discipline when it comes to this stuff. I'm almost done with The Kiss Cam. I think I have 2 to 3 more chapters left to go, so I'm gonna like finish this. I didn't vlog when the timer was ending or anything because I was just so focused on trying to get the book done, and I didn't really vlog yesterday because I went out and I was like reading while I was out. I was just trying to get as much of the time done, but we're done. So we're gonna do a little recap of what we read. I don't even remember. So we finished reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm giving that book a 4-star rating. The angst of everything, I just did not like how much she said powerless. You guys know my review, but it was good nonetheless, and I do recommend it. Next, I finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I'm rating that a 4.5. I literally went to Barnes & Noble yesterday so I can get the second book in the trilogy. They didn't have it. So gut-wrenched because I want to finish the series. Maybe I'll do a video of finishing all the series that I'm in the middle of. Then I picked up reading Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, which I'm like not even halfway through because I've been reading on my Kindle, but I'm on chapter 12. So, and then I started reading Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. I think I'm gonna give that book a 3-star. I was scared, which gives points to that aspect. The multiple can't decide what plot I want to do type of vibe was not it for me. I started reading this book on my Kindle that's like a little football romance, I think, First Down or something. Read like 3 chapters, could not deal. So then I picked up the one with the Kiss Cam. I recommend this book. It was really cute. I don't have a rating for it yet. I'm gonna have to sit on it as I have not finished the book. Duke is always willing to help, and like she has a hard time being vulnerable and a hard time asking for help, and he is just very out there and just like, I am here to help you if you need help. You are safe with me. 24-hour reading challenge that actually took me over a week. Who's doing it like me? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next one. Bye!